Okay, folks, Capt Buster of Around Tree Outdoors. I was in my stand. Well, I just got down at my stand. While I was up there, I got to thinking, and my wife will tell you, that can be a dangerous thing if I get to thinking. But I got to thinking about squirrels. And I think I got a teachable moment for you about squirrels. Now with squirrels, I have a love-hate relationship. I love to eat them, but I hate the rascals. Now you say, why in the world would you hate them? Oh, they're so cute. Well, they ain't so cute when they eating holes in the overhang of your house, and they getting in your house and running and sound like a bunch of horses running back and forth in your attic. They get to chewing on your wires. There's been many a house burned down because them rascals chewing on the wire. They got in my attic there in my house in Camden, and they got in the attic at my place down at Santee. And I hate them. They just cause so much destruction. I got a nice pecan tree down at the lake, and for 2 years, I got one pecan off of it. One. Because they'd eat them. And they got in my attic down there at the lake, and they even started eating through the wall of my den down there, fixing to get into the house. So, as you can tell, I don't like them. I don't like them at all. But I do love to eat them. But there was just one squirrel that was demon possessed. He was of the devil. He had a demon in him. He was satanic. And I was like David over in Psalms. I hated him with a perfect hatred. I hated him with a perfect hatred. I wanted to kill him so bad. I'd always carry my 22 to the lake with me, because I'd killed many of them around the house with it. And there's so many houses down there. There's just a couple of places, either in a tree or in my backyard, that I can shoot. And this squirrel, not only was he satanic and a demon, he was sharp. And I couldn't get a shot at that thing. He knew exactly where I could shoot. I come down there one time. I'd been watching my pecan tree all year long. It had clusters of 3 in each cluster of pecans. Oh, it was loaded. And I love pecans. And I was so looking forward. I said, all right, next trip I'm going to go out and shake the tree and do what I need to do, because they're going to eat my pecans. And get them pecans down and put them up. Well, when I got down there that time, I walked around the corner of the house. There was 2 pecans left on my tree. 2. And there was a squirrel, a buddy of the little Satan. He was in the tree pulling one of the last 2 off, and the satanic one was running across my backyard with a pecan in his mouth. So I didn't get a shot at him, but I killed his buddy and got my 1 pecan, and it was good, but that's all I got, 1 pecan. So anyway, the satanic one day I was fixing to go home. In fact, I was carrying the last load of stuff out to my truck, and I had my rifle. I was fixing to put it in the truck, and I looked over there, and he's in the yard next to me where he knows I can't shoot. And he's over there, and whenever I looked at him, he shot me the bird. I said, you little devil, but I couldn't shoot, and he knowed it. I said, well, all thing I can do is not shoot. So I went home. Next trip, got ready to go home. I think he done figured out about what time I go home. I come out, he's over there in the yard. And he must have been old school, because the young people probably don't know what this means. But back when I was a young'un coming, if we had it in for somebody, we'd bend over and pat her up, which meant kiss me right there where I'm a pat, you know. And that's what he was doing. I looked at him, and he was giving me that. I said, you little devil. I said, one of these days, I'm going to get you, and I'm going to shoot you, and I'm going to eat you. Well, it didn't happen that time. The next trip down there, or one of the next trips, I come out, didn't see him. I said, well, he's probably over there eating my pecan somewhere. So I got in the truck, pulled out, heading home. There's 3 90-degree turns on that little paved road as I go out. I just come into the first one, and I looked, and he looked like General Patton standing up there with a sneer on his face, and he was shooting me the double bird. I said, you little devil. But he done got so cocky, he didn't think nothing could hurt him, and he just stood there with the double bird. And I watched him. I said, you reckon the idiot's just going to stand there? I watched him disappear on the front of my truck. I was running about 35. And I heard my truck say, boop, boop. I looked in the rearview mirror, and he was saluting the skies with all 4 feet. I had done run over that little Halen. I was so happy till I called my wife on the way home, giggling and laughing and shouting. I said, the little demon is dead. I run over him, and he is dead. So, y'all might think they're cute, but here's a teachable moment. Them things is dangerous, and they're devious, and if you ever get one that's filled with a demon, you better kill him. You better kill him. All right, I'm going to tell you how my wife cooks these things, because I do love them now. But she'll take these squirrels, I'll dress them, and I'll bring them in there, and she'll put them in a pot and boil them. Now sometimes she'll put them in the pressure cooker if she's in a hurry, and she'll cook them in that pressure cooker. Same thing. But I like to boil them until they're good and tender. Stick that fork in, and whenever they're good and tender, and this is real important, you take them out, but you save the water that you boiled them in, that you boiled them in. So you put your grits in the water that you boil them in. Of course, if you're from up north, you may not even know what grits is. But whatever you like to eat, cook it in that water. And the grits will come out sort of light brown with a meaty flavor to them. Oh, my Lord. And then she'll take the squirrel and she fries them. Then she'll make gravy where she fried the squirrel. Then she'll cook me some biscuits. And you'll have fried squirrel, grits with a meaty flavor, biscuits. You'll have gravy on them grits. Now, if you don't like that, I don't know what you like, but that's some good eating. Okay, teachable moment. Hope I helped somebody.